I Survived, Alabama woman's harrowing escape from New Orleans tragedy. It started as a festive New Year's celebration in the heart of New Orleans. Alexis Scott Windham, a joyful Alabama native, joined the crowds on a lively Bourbon Street. The air was alive with the promise of new beginnings until the unthinkable happened. In mere seconds, joy turned into chaos. A terrorist's truck plowed through the unsuspecting crowd, leaving devastation in its wake. Alexis was struck down, her body and spirit shattered amidst the screams of terror and the blaring sound of sirens. The night promised new beginnings, but instead it ended with profound tragedy. As Alexis lay on the ground, blood pooling around her wounded foot, time felt like it slowed. The pain was excruciating, but survival instincts kicked in. With a trembling hand, she pulled out her phone and called her mother, desperate for guidance and a lifeline. Her mother's calm but urgent advice saved her. Using fabric from her clothes, Alexis fashioned a makeshift tourniquet, slowing the bleeding. The world around her was a blur of horror, but her will to live remained a lifeline amid the madness of that fateful New Year's night. Even while battling pain, Alexis couldn't escape the horrors around her. She remembers lying helplessly on Bourbon Street, surrounded by unmoving bodies and anguished cries. Every second felt like an eternity as she absorbed the staggering weight of the tragedy unfolding before her eyes. The once vivid New Orleans streets she cherished were now painted with grief, and yet, through her tears and agony, Alexis found in herself a haunting determination to breathe, to survive, and to honor those who couldn't. Surviving the ordeal was only the beginning for Alexis. The physical pain of her injury paled in comparison to the emotional scars left behind. Sleepless nights, flashbacks, and survivor's guilt became her silent companions. But resilience grows in unexpected ways. She turned to therapists, survivor groups, and faith to help her navigate the cavernous void the attack left behind. Though finding hope in the darkness seemed impossible at times, Alexis's courage inspired countless others who also endured trauma. Her story became a beacon for healing. Today, Alexis shares her story, not to dwell on tragedy, but to remind others they are never alone. She is a living testament to the power of human resilience and the need for compassion in our darkest hours. Her voice is now her weapon against the silence of suffering. Reflecting on the fateful night, Alexis speaks openly about the healing journey and the lives forever changed by senseless violence. Her words inspire us to value safety, community, and the act of reaching out, not in pity, but in powerful, united empathy. Survivors like Alexis don't just endure, they fight every day to rebuild their lives. You can help. Advocate for mental health resources, join survivor support groups, or simply listen with an open heart. Every act of kindness strengthens the spirit of those facing unimaginable hardships. Don't let their stories fade away. Share them, act on them, and stand beside survivors like Alexis to ensure no one suffers alone. Your compassion can spark change in a world that often feels too dark. Together, we can illuminate even the blackest of nights.